at the supplier training, some things I've observed. One, people are definitely hungry for information. Education is a really effective way to deliver those information and eventually build a connection with your supplier. And I would note, even though suppliers that come to our training are of various levels and background experience, whether that's suppliers who probably achieve RE100 already, but they are looking to hear from the local policy makers and get the most up-to-date information or where some of the things may be going, or suppliers who haven't really done anything and here to get basic information on what are the mechanisms, who they should engage, how they get started in the process. These trainings, I think, have been useful for a wide range of stakeholders, and that speaks to the importance of, again, education. Another thing I've noticed with the supplier training is the community building part. When people come together and sit down next to a table, realize that, hey, you're from the same industry I am, or we're struggling on the same things, and we see them start conversations, we see them start brainstorming ideas, maybe someone teach someone else about like their way of overcoming some of the challenges, and eventually in our trainer-led activities where people design roadmaps together, and again where we see suppliers of various backgrounds come together and share their perspective on things, and that's been a very positive, very interactive experience, and eventually contributing to some of the feedback we hear about, like, oh, like I learned so much from this training. So I think those would be my takeaways at the supplier training: is the importance of information and importance of building a community. One thing I think of is definitely to really get to know your suppliers, get to know, their needs, get to know their capacity for, anything sustainability initiative related. And from there, maybe tailor some of your messages or some of your, requests or recommendations to them. Everyone's different, right? Like supply chain in of itself is a very complex topic. Obviously, like dividing people into tiers and cohorts and groups always helps, but end of the day, like there's no one size that fit everyone. There's one size that fit most people. So like really having those conversations, building connections, getting information from everybody, and also have everyone really understand where you come from, right, with your initiatives, and getting people on onto the same page has been what I see that are some like starts to some successful relationships and engagement. Especially for suppliers outside of the US, when you get into the local country context, there are different, again, I think it goes back to know your suppliers, not just about themselves, but the local environment they're in, the regulations, some of the changes that's coming up. And, if you're able as their brand, their buyer, work to address some of the challenges together, that would, I think, really ease the interaction with everybody on this journey. One challenge sometimes with the initial conversation, at least, is always just like getting in touch, right? And again, a few things I've seen that could be helpful. A collaborative effort to reach out to your supplier, and that's what started Academy as well. Is like when different buyers, sometimes from different industries as well, to come together to deliver this message, it definitely makes the messaging more powerful, and that's one way to overcome the challenge. Even in the very initial messaging, make it clear that what's the background of some of these initiatives, right? What you're looking for, what are you expecting from them, or what may be the most helpful to get everyone successful. So streamlined communication and planned out engagement, and a really true willingness to learn about everybody, like we previously talked about, could be effective in overcoming challenges.